Afternoon 13 News at 4:30 starts with a story that seems to be evolving by the hour.
This escalating trade war and concerns about what it means for our wallet. After President Trump's increased tariffs on steel and aluminum imports kicked in today, Canada hit back with retaliatory tariffs on about $21 billion worth of U.S. goods. The European Union also announcing today it's targeting a range of U.S. goods worth $28 billion, including beef and motorcycles and whiskey. And China too says it is preparing a response of its own. IU economist Kyle Anderson is here to help us digest all of these shots back and forth and back and forth. You've been watching this closely. What's your take today?
Everything just seems to change by the minute, but it's not good. It is a war. It's harmful for the economy, and so we're going to see the effects of these tariff wars.
And how is this different from the first Trump presidency?
So there were smaller tariffs and they were much more targeted. And what he's talked about now are blanket tariffs, and our trading partners are really responding aggressively to those.
What I think is interesting is, and this is different from years past that I'm aware of, is there seems to be a lot of threats of tariffs, right? And then we're going to do this, and then, okay, now we're not. Now we're coming back to the table, now we're not. In your experience, how often are these political, the threats to get what you want, versus actual strategic change?
I think this is kind of unprecedented in our history to have this much back and forth. So I haven't seen it. You know, the Trump administration, I think, would argue these are negotiating tactics. But so far they just seem to be escalating and not simmering the situation down.
I want to know from your perspective, there's like an underlying effect that happens here too. Even if it goes the way of America, could there still be retaliatory marks that on our place in the world?
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, we have stood for free markets and open trade really for a long time. So this is a really significant shift in our policy with regard to economics. So it's definitely going to create some challenges that are going to be really long term.
Meaning we may get what we want, but does that put the U.S. in a bad stance according, to the world?
Global trade is challenging. It hasn't lifted up everybody. It's created troubles and difficulties for some workers. We're all aware of that, but by and large, it's really been a positive impact on our country.
When do you expect to see changes at the grocery store, at prices? When will we feel this, or when could we feel this?
I think we could feel it pretty quickly. Obviously, a lot of the tariffs haven't actually been implemented yet. They're sort of go back and forth. Once they're fully in effect, I think we're going to see it pretty quickly.
I feel like I'm looking at Professor Anderson here. I'm like, sort of like a flight attendant. When are they concerned? Are they worried? And I'm looking at him, I'm trying to read, is he concerned? Is he worried?
I'm definitely a little bit worried, yes. I think that we're starting to see some signs of recession coming our way. So it's not just that prices will go up, but we export a lot of goods, and especially here in Indiana. So if demand for those goods goes down, we could see layoffs, job losses, lower incomes. It could be wide-ranging.
All right, Kyle Anderson from IU, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Stay close. I'm sure we'll need you very soon again.
Unfortunately, yes.
I appreciate it, sir.